Ladies and gentlemen, the beat goes on.
Turn it up.
What you're about to hear may cause your speakers to explode.
Grant's Rock Warehouse is keeping it real in the feed.
Get ready in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Welcome to Grant's Rock Warehouse and to another episode of Little Known Bands That You Should Know. Tonight, Duncan Faure is here tonight, and he is rock royalty as far as I'm concerned. He was in the South African band with Trevor Rabin, Rabbitt, the biggest band in South Africa ever, and the Rollers, songwriter, true artist. Duncan's here. We're going to hear from him tonight. Let's go. Let's
Piling
do it.
on the power chords and pure pandemonium. Grant's Rock Warehouse.
Hey everybody, sorry for the delay, but DC and I are here and Duncan is here via audio. So we had some technical issues, but it's fine. As long as we can hear Duncan in the warehouse, we are good. So anyway, Duncan, let's just make sure everybody can hear you. Duncan, can you hear us?
Hello everybody. We there? We've been in and out.
We've been in and out, but it's a struggle, but darn it, we're here.
Kind of like our music careers, up, down, yes. How are you, Grant? So great to be on your show.
You are, Duncan, I will say this. You are like rock royalty as far as I'm concerned. You're a singer, songwriter, multi-instrumentalist. Your career spans over 4 decades. You started, well, we're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about some of your career. We're going to talk about and listen to some tracks. The whole goal with this program, Duncan, and we've never done one like this with an artist covering like their own material. So this is like a new experiment for us. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about, well, Rabbitt. We're going to talk about the Rollers. It's going to be fantastic.
And yeah.
Anyway, DC's here.
DC, yeah.
There he is. Look at
DC.
Hello, Duncan. Nice to meet you.
Hi, nice to meet you too.
We're going to have another guy on here, but I was going to have Stephen Schnee come on to talk about it. Yeah, Schnee is a big fan of yours. Schnee is to be quite honest, Duncan, Schnee is the one that turned me on to the Rollers catalog. Now, I was familiar with the Bay City Rollers, but the Rollers, which I think excels even beyond the Bay City Rollers.
Thank you.
He's the one that turned me on to that. So, Louder Than Life's here. He says, Duncan, huge fan, sir. All right.
Thank you.
Can Duncan see the chat? Well, I don't have the chat
Yeah,
up.
I can see you. Yes, I can see you.
Can you see? There should be a chat as well.
Well, just hearing you right now is big.
All right, that's
so
cool.
Yeah.
All right. So anyway,
yeah,
we're going to start out with your career. I guess, geez, DC, I'm kind of not sure how I should start this out.
Hey, DC, my initials, so it's weird.
Well,
actually,
I guess the best thing to do is just start right from the beginning with Duncan, and maybe you want to get a little making the scene as far as a professional musician, and just pick his mind a little bit about his influences and
how did you start out, Duncan? What were your influences, bands that you started out? When did you start your career as a musician?
Well, I won a little talent contest when I was 5, and then I never really did it again until I was 11. I was 11, you know the song there. And so I started a band, and the next thing we had Rabbitt, that's with Trevor Rabin. And actually, I was thinking of a quick story, if I can make it really quick.
Yeah, go ahead. We're good. We're good on time.
And Ringo comes to South Africa. I was a big Beatle fan. We were unknown just before Rabbitt exploded, so we were totally unknown. My brother had been on TV, and he said, Ringo's coming. We went to the airport. There were 3,000 people, and Ringo was playing tennis. Being a big Beatle fan, I was absolutely, you can imagine, 1975. And following him was Liz Taylor and Richard Burton, a couple of unknowns, so I didn't care about because they were just for Ringo. But anyway, so through my through my brother, I found out he was, and the reason why I'm telling you is because later on but yeah, he was in the fancy hotel at the time, the Landrost, and we were playing across the street, and he was in the suite 1515. Of course, I went and eventually went, oh yeah, when he arrives in South Africa, they only want one TV channel. It was 1,000 cameras. And I remember Ringo in true form, he goes, you've only got one TV station, typical Ringo. But anyway, a couple of days later, I found out as a fan, I'm still an unknown in South Africa, he's in room 1550. I knocked on the door. Of course, I got thrown out. Anyway, so a couple of days later, I found it again through my brother, TV people, that he was doing, they were playing tennis, you see. And so I managed to go with the TV truck, and I was in the back of the van, went to the house. I wasn't allowed even. So eventually this nice lady comes out. Of course, I've never forgotten. It's a magic moment. She says, you can't sit in the van. You've got to come and watch them play. So I went and I watched Ringo play tennis. And eventually they dragged me and I had tea with him for 45 minutes. And I felt like a schmuck. I didn't know what to say, what to do, what to ask. But fast forward a couple of years. So when I became a little famous myself, we had the same things. We had fans all over the show. We never threw people out, but the roadies did all that. So I kind of realized Ringo had me thrown out. Anyway.
No way.
But the moral,
Get this riffraff out here. Get him out of here.
But the moral of the story is fast forward 5 years later, and the Bay City Rollers are touring. Of course, our manager gets suite 1515. And there we were in suite 15. So I finally got into suite 1515. So a couple of years later, first I got thrown out, and the next thing I was a guest, so to speak. But yeah, we were in Ringo's Romans, 1515 at the Landrost.
My God.
Also, well, that ends well.
When
That's
you
what I
started, so when you started out, how? Let me ask you this, Duncan, because I like to ask this if everybody comes on the show. What was your moment in your life when you were a kid? Like when you're probably 13, 14. Yeah. What was that moment where you heard a band? What was the band that you heard back when you were a kid that you heard it and you went, it just changed your whole world?
Wow. Well, this one. The Beatles, 7 years old. It changed my life. My parents took us to see Hard Day's Night at the drive-in, and they've regretted it ever since. Yeah.
He was hooked, DC.
Hey, what?
You were hooked.
Well, Duncan and I are the same age. So
really? Go back
him noting the Beatles were just a massive influence. I'm right there with you because the day before in our country, the day before the Beatles hit the Ed Sullivan Show and made that impression, everybody had the crew cuts or hair even shorter. As soon as the Beatles hit Ed Sullivan Sunday night, the next day in school, everybody was trying to take whatever little hair they had and comb it down Beatles style. It just changed pop culture overnight. It truly did.
So Duncan, when you heard the Beatles, I'm sure that was like something you had never ever heard or seen before.
Oh, I'd seen it all the time. They had them in every corner. And so, no, of course not.
Well, I mean, after that, but I mean, when you first got a glimpse of them.
Hey, I loved the band. I bought all the albums. Weird thing with me, I had every album, the Jacksons, from anybody through the years. And as I've got older, I've come back to the Beatles. They can still teach me things. Mm-hmm. Still learn things from them. It's weird. There's just so much there,
So how did the band Rabbitt come about?
I had a little solo record deal, and in came Trevor Rabin, and the two of us were sort of playing guitars together, and they came out to see me play one night, and the next thing, we played in the club for 9 months, so we were unknown and then what we called our incubation period, and then we became a concert group. And the sad thing was, or the great thing was, we owned the country for almost 3 years. We literally on front pages every day or every second all around. And then we broke up, so it's very sad. But Trevor's, went to Yes, Owner of the Lonely Heart. And then and I joined the Bay City Rollers.
Well, let me ask you this about Trevor. So you go back that far. You listen to that Yes stuff. I'm just doing a comparison just for the fact that that's low-hanging fruit.
Yeah,
Such a great guitar player. I mean, did you know when you looked at Trevor back in the day, you went, damn, Trevor, you're a great guitar player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's a great guitar player, yeah. Yeah, yes, of course he is, yeah. I taught him everything he knows, you know.
Of course you did, Duncan. I'm sure
Actually, I
you
taught
did.
him Blackbird, if that's a point of interest. Blackbird singing in the dead. Oh, no. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, it's always been a great guitar. I mean, Trevor's a monster guitar player. You know, I remember a famous guitarist in South Africa, Julian Laxley's passed on, and said to me, well, you know, when you get to London, there's a Trevor Rabin in every corner. And I always joke because there never was a Trevor around every corner. But you know, it was the flash guitar thing, which today everybody does.
So with the success of Rabbitt in South Africa, because you've mentioned I've watched you do some interviews, and you were mentioning that you guys were like the biggest band in South Africa, like you were the biggest band.
So for me, we're on the front page Sunday Times almost every week, and we just owned the place. It was unreal. So many stories. It was like the mini Beatles, and then we broke up like idiots. It was just really dumb. Yeah. It was also political. I had to get out of South Africa. South Africa, as you can imagine, in those days was, oh my God, dare I say it, like America's going. It was, I had to, it was just, 21. And I have a lot of, I'm really glad I did, but the sad thing is, I left my parents and I missed many, many years of my parents. But all the wonderful things that have come from, moving to America. One thing, I became one of Elton John's best friends who eventually got my green card, which led to a passport. I always like to tell that story. He came to one of my gigs in South Africa in the 80s. Him and Bernie, he even brought his Bernie along.
Damn it, he brought Bernie with him.
Yeah, he brought his and Bob Halley, his personal assistant, all friends. And, in the club, he actually called me and those, can you believe? And he says, I'm coming, so nobody was supposed to know he's coming to the club. And of course, I called the venue and warned them. I said, Elton might be coming. Let him in, don't charge him. Of course, he went on the mic, Elton's coming. So by the time they arrived, everybody, and then to finish it off, Elton and Bernie were on the DJ stand with my mother. And I still have a picture somewhere, which I got to dig out, was in the papers. But so they ended up having whiskeys together. I remember my mother, oh, I love your rings. My mother's also gone. So many years later, so Elton, he said, how's your mom doing? I said, well, things are not that cool because if I leave the country now, you can't get back. You see, in those days, all they did was just not let you back. He said, we can't have that. And he made a few calls, and 6 months later, green card, and just now a passport, many years of passport. That was Elton. So a lot of, of course, joining the Bay City Rollers was incredible. You can imagine. Suddenly,
we're going to get there.
To LA. Sorry, what?
We're going to get there. Wait a minute, Duncan.
Oh, yeah.
We're already on the Rollers.
Yeah, we're going from.
Let's go backward just a bit. I want to play. Let me pick your brain. Now, the whole goal of this program, everybody, is to see. We've never done an episode like this, so this is kind of exciting. Duncan has picked some tracks for us to play. The whole point is we're looking at his career. We're going to play a couple of tracks. We're trying to turn you on to some stuff. Now, in the States, Rabbitt never took off. DC, were you aware of Rabbitt back in the day?
I was not. Until as of late, no.
Anyway, let's play a track. We'll circle back with Duncan. Duncan, you're good on time, right? Are you all right?
Yeah, I'm good, yeah.
It's a party here in the warehouse.
I'm getting the camera on, but I'm pretty good on time. Yeah.
Whatever, as long as we can hear you. So, Duncan, let's play this track, and I want to get your thoughts on it before we play it. We're going to play the track Getting Through to You, Rabbitt from 1977. It's on the album Rock Rabbitt. So what is it about this song that you wanted to share with the class, so to speak?
The class? Well, it was a hit in South Africa. It hasn't got Trevor on it. No, that's true. But it was a hit. It's just the band. The band was really good. Song I wrote, of course, otherwise I wouldn't request it. Getting Through It was a hit. And The drums are great. The bass player's a monster, and it's a song I've always liked. I think
All right. Well, kids, we'll take 3 minutes. We're going to play this track. We'll circle back around. All right, cool. All right. Duncan is here from Rabbitt. My God, I'm just giddy. All right, let's do it. There you go. Still fading out. Boom, yes. DC. Boom. Fantastic. Duncan, what did you guys ever tour the States or anything?
You know, tragically, Rolling Stone magazine was at the airport to greet us, and we went on the plane. It was, I don't know why we broke up. Trevor left the band, and it was just one of those things. We didn't.
Yeah,
realize,
but on this record, though, this is you as a trio. Yeah. Why did you break? I mean, if Trevor left, okay, but still, you guys are still here.
Yeah, I wanted to get overseas. And actually, I found on the front page again, Neil had left the band. It was early January 78. And within 4 days, I was on a plane to London.
I'll be damned.
And then I got
So it was a whirlwind.
Yeah, because I wanted to get out of South Africa. Politically, it was a hellhole. And so the news broke Sunday that we'd broken up. I mean, I read it in the papers. And then I was on the plane Friday with my brother. And I got offered a record deal by Pi Records, a guy called Phil Sullivan. I always wondered, one of those crossroads in life. I should have perhaps taken it, should have, could have. But I ended up in America. And the interesting thing there is I ran, a couple of months in, Freddie DeMann, this is an interesting story. Freddie DeMann became a manager, and he was great. And he loved the songs that I was writing. And the reason why it's exciting is Freddie, while I was with him, he signed the Jackson 5. That's Michael Jackson, of course. And, one day he said, we're going to see the Stones this September. We can look it up in history. And was it Dodger Stadium or Anaheim Stadium? One of them. We're going to see the Stones. And they picked me up in the limo. Of course, I sat in the front with the driver and 3 Jacksons, one of them being Michael, Tito, and Jermaine, I think, with Freddie at the back. And then we went to huge crowd to see the Stones. I remember the fans charging past, and I was used to it in the Rabbitt days. People would charge up to us, but of course now they're running right past me to Michael Jackson. And then he said, I didn't know he was going to be the biggest manager in the world. But then a first-class air ticket arrived to join the Bay City Rollers. And then, what do you do? I didn't know. It felt slow. I mean, because the Rabbitt thing was 24/7, go, 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 go. And then suddenly, the Los Angeles pace is a little more. I thought, what would you do if somebody offered you 1978 first-class air ticket to join the Bay City Rollers or be with Freddie, but you don't know Freddie's going to be the next Brian Epstein. He managed Madonna, Michael Jackson, Alanis Morissette, Lionel Richie, Shakira. Anyway, so I called Freddie up and said, Freddie, I've got an offer to join the Rollers. And he said, well, do what you got to do. And off we went. So I joined the Rollers, and I'm not moaning about it because it was wonderful. I met some of the greatest people in the world. And, I got married through a Roller fan, had 2 kids. So history turned out okay. But, you were going to say?
No, I was going to say, Duncan, so how did the offer from... did you talk to somebody in the Rollers? How did that materialize? I know all this happened very quickly.
Yeah. There was an agent, Bill Trout, who's also passed on now. He was, he had sent the videos that we had to the Rollers.
Okay.
And the next thing, that was earlier on in the year. So, as I said, suddenly I had a first-class air ticket and arrived in Dublin one cold morning, expecting them all to be on, of course, none of them were there. Jake was there, the tour manager, who was great. And it was a great time. I mean, they were great musicians, as you know.
Well, why don't we do this? We're just keeping it loose. I mean, we could play another Rabbitt song, but why don't we do this? Yeah, since we are talking the Rollers, and we're just talking, we're just playing music. Yeah. We're just trying to turn you, everybody who's here. I'm trying to give Duncan some love. We want you to go out and check out this material because it's fantastic. Why don't we do this? Let's play a Rollers track. We're gonna play
before we get away. Before we get away to the Rollers, I have to say that Rabbitt track, and we say this all the time on this show. Yeah. How could such fantastic music escape you these many years? It is impossible to cover the globe of the tremendous music that's been released over time. That was a fantastic track.
We have another Rabbitt track if you want to hear it.
I'd love to.
Yeah, sure.
All right, Duncan, should we play the other track?
Which is, sure, why not?
All right, all right.
I wrote it, Unhappy Eyes. I wrote it called Lonely Loner 2. Is that what the one you got?
Lonely Loner. What's the status? Give us an intro on that. We'll play it.
Just a song I wrote. We recorded it on our second album, and there I see Trevor on the cover with all his glory.
Yeah, he's like naked.
Yes, I can imagine. I've got Trevor Rabin promoting my song right there, naked. That's the way it's coming on. Lonely Loner 2. Owner of a lonely heart, Lonely Loner 2, baby.
So, Duncan, is this a track that you wrote?
Yes,
Okay.
I wrote it. Yes.
How did you guys handle songwriting in Rabbitt?
Yeah.
How did that work?
I had to literally. I don't want to joke. I was like George. It was a battle to get songs in. When I got them in, they were good though. It was just songs. I mean, I wrote songs ever since I can remember.
Yeah.
I had lots of songs. Yeah.
All right. Well, let's play it. Let's hear it. Lonely Loner, we want to hear from you in the chat what you think of it. Please make a comment. Here in the warehouse, we're just trying to turn you on to stuff. So here's Rabbitt from 1977. Let's go.
77.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Ready.
1, 2, 3, 4.
This is fantastic.
Don't you feel so in love? People everywhere, do they all come from? Do they have someone, or they all know me too? My, oh my, I'm living lonely, lonely too. My, oh my, I'm living lonely, lonely too. I love you, little lonely too. Living in the world like you. Come early plane to see the sunrise. In another world, but don't you dare lose your head. Met a brand new friend, where did she come from? Did she have someone, or was she all lonely too? My, oh my, I'm living lonely, lonely too. My, oh my, I'm living lonely, lonely too. I love you, little lonely too. Living in the world like you. Take a little walk down by the seaside. Really like to play, but you are much older now. People everywhere, do they all come from? Do they have someone, or they all know me too? My, oh my, I'm living lonely, lonely too. My, oh my, I'm living lonely, lonely too. I love you, little lonely too. Living in the world like you.
John Patterson's weighing in. He said Rabbitt must have done this album when Duncan was still living in South Africa. A tune like this would have been huge in Canada in 1977.
Oh, thank you. Whoever said that.
Oh, it's fantastic, Duncan.
Oh, thank you.
I'm not trying to blow
That's
smoke
Luca.
up your
That
ass,
second
but it's
song was a
fantastic.
slightly-
Oh,
There's a slightly different flavor than the first tune, but
Yeah.
every bit is good. Man, that was, and the Beatles' influence in your songwriting and everything
Right.
comes through a little bit more on the second than the first, but both
Right.
fantastic tunes.
oh, thank you.
So I'm assuming
yeah.
if you like what you're hearing, go out, pick these up. I mean, I'm sure I don't know. I'm assuming you can stream these or you can buy them in physical media. Blaine CS says, great songwriting. We can all hear from Duncan if we can catch up to him. He's on another level. You were in another level in 1977. I mean, it's fantastic.
Yeah, I'm not even going to count the years since then.
No, we won't bring anything like that up. But spectacular. So, all right. We are going to play a track from the Rollers. Now, we could play the track. Is there anything you want to... Why don't we just bring it up? Let's just... What the hell? The Rollers, Elevator. Now, this track you brought up is one of the ones that you wanted to play. And is there anything... What is it about this track? I mean, did you solely write this? Was this a group effort? How did the Rollers work once you entered the band?
We wrote our songs. So the Elevator we all wrote together, and as was Turn on the Radio. You know, it was really exciting when I joined them. We had a lot of energy. There was just all this. There was the punk rock era coming out in England, and we were just on. What they say, frothing at the mouth. I think, you know, we were all just on fire, and it was a really nice period. We just played well. Produced by Pete Carr in Dublin. We went to Dublin, Ireland, and he'd walk us for an hour before, which was a good thing. You know, we'd have breakfast and we'd all go trotting for about a mile. We had to get fit before, and it's a good thing. You can hear we were all in shape, and then at night we'd walk back. We did that whole album in Dublin, yeah. It was Dublin Sound. Then years later, I ran into one of the daughters of John Lennon's lawyers during his immigration hassle, and she said that that she remembers clearly he had the Elevator album and he liked Hello and Welcome Home, which was, of course, I was jumping up and about when I heard that, which is one of the tracks on the album. So that's, you know, we'll never know if that's true, but I'm hoping and assuming it's true, yeah.
Well, this record, like all the other Rollers, I'm not being critical, but most of the albums, they only wrote X amount of tracks. But this is like the first album. You guys did all of it. So was that, I'm sure they embraced you because by this point you've been writing songs quite a bit, and I'm sure the rest of the band had been writing songs. Yeah. But the thing that I find when I listen to this record, and we're going to listen to a couple tracks, is how for a band that, you know, you're more familiar with them doing cover songs, the quality of the songwriting on this album is a 5 out of 5 album in my book.
Wow, it's had a lot of great reviews. Thank you. Yeah.
This is my favorite of the whole lot. Yeah. Everything. Oh, really? Everything. Wow. So how did this song come about? How did Elevator come about?
Yeah, you know, that's a good question. I assume, and I thought about that years later, Eric's house at the time, he bought the house from Julie Andrews. The hills are alive, that one. Yeah. And it had an elevator in it. And so, yeah, we were in Julie Andrews' house. It was a 3-story thing. You know, you had the 2 floors and then the roof. And had the elevator coming. So, of course, you know, Eric had his personal elevator. And I think they must have come from that. That sounds good. Hey, we have a question. We're going to keep it loose, ladies and gentlemen. I do want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. This is just absolutely, I'm giddy like a schoolgirl. And look at DC. He's just melting down. Stephen David has a question. Does Duncan have any plans to re-release these Rabbitt albums on CD? I wish I could. I mean, it's the same old thing, just like the Roller albums. You know, who gets the money? Where does it go? Certainly not me. I've got to dig out, you know, lawyers and go in and see where we're, you know, it's just like the Rollers. I mean, we were mentioning Eric's beautiful London flat with Julie Andrews. Eventually, the government took it from him. You know, it's a very sad story. The Roller story is pretty similar to Badfinger. Eric's, we've all got stories like that. That's life, isn't it? But just to be here, it's still good. But, go ahead.
Well, Rebecca's also weighing in on this, Duncan. She says, and the Rollers, too. Duncan also has an extensive solo catalog that rocks. I'm lucky I own most of his music either on LP or disc. So Rebecca's giddy, has all of it. Well, the roller stuff
Oh,
came out on Cherry Red, what, seven T's, I think?
Arista and now Sony. It's on Sony now.
But I think those only got like one CD release through Cherry Red, if I'm correct.
You know, I don't know what happened in the middle there of that period, but I know it's all gone back onto Sony Arista now.
Okay.
And we actually do, you know, the royalties are pretty standard now. We do actually get a little bit of royalties trickling in.
Oh,
Nothing
good.
like the old days, but we do actually get. But it's better than getting nothing, which of course the old days was nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Not exciting. Great.
Linda says
Yeah.
Elevator is the best album ever, in my opinion.
Oh, I love Linda. Who's the? Can we keep it coming? Yeah.
Keep it coming. You're making Duncan's day.
Yes.
Lancia said, I saw the Rollers in 77 and I would have loved to seen the Elevator tour, etc.
Oh.
Anyone that saw them live at that point is very fortunate. Yep. I just remember when I was a kid, the 45, I remember buying Saturday Night on the 45 back in the day and playing that. But this is, you know, it's a different thing. This is, you know, the Rollers are a different animal. Let's play Elevator real quick and we'll circle around. Does that sound good, Duncan?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right, here we go, kids.
Now, Scottish, great. Yeah.
Now there was an intro, Stoned Houses #1.
Yeah.
I'm playing that too because I cannot not play both. So
All right. Okay. Yeah.
all right, everybody, we're just trying to turn you on. Please leave a comment. Let's do it. Elevator by the Rollers.
That's right.
Nice. fantastic. Duncan, when I listen to
Oh,
this,
that's terrific.
this sounds like the band is like been revitalized. It sounds so fresh, energetic. It's like when you joined the band, it just took on a whole, totally different.
Wow,
Give me the
thanks so
word,
much,
DC.
yeah.
Give me the word. A totally
Persona.
persona.
Oh, you guys are too cool. I wish we'd. I mean, as you can see, there's a pill, an Eleva, drug thing, which is even by today's standards really would be problematic. But for some reason, there's a huge pill on the sleeve, and they should have left the Bay City on. I mean, stuff is out today under Bay City, which is much better than.
Well, I think it was the album before that. Didn't they start to shorten that? Because I think it said Bay City. I think what album? Oh, I'd have to go pull it. But it says Bay. Yeah, it says like Bay City in a smaller font, and then it says.
Oh, let's have a look. Yeah, they wanted to be cool like the Stones, the Stones. So we became the Rollers. But I think you need the Bay City.
Well, do you think that hurt, or do you think it would have been beneficial to keep Bay City on there?
I think it would be better to keep Bay City on because, it just I mean, it's in hindsight, I don't know what to say. I suppose it would be if somebody's in a record store and they're going to buy, look for Bay City Rollers, they look for B, they're not going to. But yeah, it's history now. The 3 albums but as I say, today they're on Bay City on Sony, which is nice. So it's all under the Bay City now.
Well, Linda has a nice comment. She said, "Love Elevator, brings back so many happy memories when Duncan joined the band. So happy to finally meet him in New York City last October at the Bay City Rollers 50th anniversary. He's such a sweetheart." So there you go, Duncan.
Oh, she's great.
That was a great track, and I suspect the group New England may have heard your song Elevator when they also did a song called Elevator in like 83 or 84.
Yeah.
Because I hear little parallels there.
Oh.
So, yeah. And that was a great tune as well. But I hear what they must have heard when they cobbled together their song Elevator.
Oh.
Donnie Ray is weighing in, Duncan. I went to a Rollers concert in 1976 to my sister, to take my sister who was a rabid fan. I admit I was not expecting much, but was happily surprised by the musicianship. That is one thing about the Bay City Rollers and the Rollers is that top-notch musicians. The Elevator album is a no-skipper.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool.
It's just like a love fest here.
And it was such a good time. I mean, what was really good, it was, I was joking, there was a movie Around the World in 80 Days, where I can show you when joining the Rollers Around the World in 8 days. It was crazy, I mean, it really was. I mean, when I joined, as I said, I was flown from Los Angeles to Dublin. And then we went to, the manager came out, the famous Tam Payton. He didn't like the couch. He was probably showing off for me. So we all had to get on a plane and go to Scotland. The next thing we were in Edinburgh. And then London. Then we were in Germany, a couple of places in Germany. And then back to England. Then we went to New York. We did Kids of People too. And then back to Los Angeles. And then I went to South Africa. Then went back to London. And all that happened in about 2 weeks. It was all first class. Nothing was. It was a different life. It was really great.
I mean, it must have been. And how? Okay, Duncan, how old were you? How were you at this time?
21, but I turned 22 after being with them for a month. But yeah, 22. You can tell. We did Elevated 22.
You were just a kid. You just must have been totally blown away by it.
Wow. Yep. It was great, crazy, And the famous Ringo we mentioned earlier on, he came in when I just joined the band. We were in the Beverly Wilshire, and there's Barbra Streisand and all the people. And there's in comes the famous Ringo. We all stood up, sort of, oh my God, it's Ringo. And he calls it the Bay City Rolling Party, which I've never forgotten. The Bay City Rolling Party. So there's the next album. We found Eric. I mean, Eric's a wonderful writer, Eric Faulkner. We hope to do something.
Yeah, Eric's fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, the 4 of we've like poor Alan Longman's passed on, but there's 4 of us are still here.
Stephen David says, "I hear Rollers in the band Sweet." Yeah, I can hear that.
Oh.
Here we go. We have a question.
Yeah.
From Blainsia. Can we ask Duncan about the song New York? In his solo version, okay, is his solo version the same version as the one on Voxx?
Yes, it is. Yeah, just we took it at the end. It was something I did with a guy called Paul Dobie in Los United Western Studios. We had Beach Boys did all this stuff, and I did Honey Don't Leave LA, Honey Don't Leave LA, and a thing called New York. Just Come to America. Song about New York, of course, and a song about LA. And then the Rollers Derek replaced my drumming on Honey Don't Leave LA. So yeah, two of the songs were something I'd done, and then everybody added their things to it. And the New York one is just an acoustic with a voice anyway.
All right, cool,
yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Let's see what else we have.
We got another question from Louder Than Life.
Oh, okay. Go ahead, DC. Go ahead and take care of it.
Any plans to make some?
Any plan what?
Go ahead.
Any plans to make some of your solo albums available again on CD? I think that came up before.
Yes, I've got to get all that together because there's quite a huge catalog there, and through the years they get lost and this and that. And I definitely want to get it on, get them re-released on something. Yeah, actually, I'm ready to do an album now. I've got 20 songs sitting right here in my back pocket, waiting to go.
Wow!
And I just there was a guy called David Holland, and we've been in touch for about 18 months, and we were from Tampa, and he passed away. So we were chatted. He was going to do an album. We all set to go. I had my bags packed, and then there were health issues. One thing led to the, and it took a year. And he passed away. But I was going to go to Tampa to do an album and a documentary, and the poor guy passed. So obviously the album's irrelevant, but we lost a friend. But yeah, I've got to do an album. So I'm ready to do a new album. We just want to get a studio together and carry on with that.
Yeah. Linda's mentioning this, that Duncan has music on Bandcamp. So you could go check that out.
It's Duncan Faure .bandcamp.this.that, and
I'll put the link down below after we're done.
Okay. I'll just revamp that as well. Yeah, I guess.
And if there's any other links, Duncan, you can just send me an email or whatever that you want me to promote. Yeah. So,
right.
Kathy's got a question. Does Duncan still keep in contact with the other members of the band now?
Yes, I'm in touch with Derek, who's one of the greatest of the drummers, one of the greatest people in the world. He really to work with. And Eric, I'm in touch with two of them. Yeah.
All right. Cool.
They're great friends. Yeah, they're just great people. They really are.
We're going to keep going. If you're still good on time, we still have a couple more tracks to play. All right, good.
They're my friends, yes.
Fantastic. Okay, we've got another track off of Elevator that we wanted to play. And Hello and Welcome Home. This is this track. I'm glad that you brought this up to play tonight because I don't know if DC's familiar with it, but he's going to be because it is fantastic.
Oh
my God.
I've loved all three tunes so far, so I'm sure I'll love this one.
I'm sure DC will be spending some money.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway,
God.
Louder. Jay is weighing in. Louder Than Life is weighing in. He said, best song ever.
Really? Who's that? How much that must have cost me a fortune?
My
God, I can't keep up. That's really. This is the one I mentioned earlier. The lawyer's daughter, one of Lennon's lawyers, said he had the Elevator album and he particularly liked this one.
This is fantastic, kids.
So I'm jumping up and down. Yeah.
All right, Rebecca's saying this will knock your socks off.
Oh, very cool.
All right, let's play it. We do want to hear your opinion in the chat. We're just keeping it loose. We're just hanging out with Duncan tonight. We're just trying to turn you on to stuff. So hopefully you want to go out and search it and get this in your collection if you've not had it. God, I just loved it. All right, this is fantastic. Listen to this. Here we go.
A time to remember when loving was free I could see was the love in your eyes, no sign of goodbye. What could I do? Do you believe in love as the only meteor? I've been out there on the road for some time now, and I know that I've seen it over again. No woman ever loved me like you do now. Hello and welcome home. You're beautiful, love you like I always
Oh my God.
do. You bring me love so real. You're beautiful, want you like I always have. Do you again? You're beautiful, love you like I always have. Do you love it again? Welcome home.
Yes, this is the first Rollers album he's on.
The way I feel tonight, I love you. 'Cause when you were gone, like the end of a song, I was faded for you. But all I could do was hold on. I loved you. Was I the one who always did believe in us? I thought of you as someone to confide in. And those nights alone were never something quite like this. 'Cause now you're home at last, do you decide? Hello and welcome home. You're beautiful, love you like I always have. Do you bring me love so real? You're beautiful, want you like I always have. Do you again? You're beautiful, love you like I always have. Do you love it? Do you love it
Yeah. Oh my God.
Wow, wow, wow.
This is, I'm going to go on record. This has to be one of the best records in 1979. How could, my
Absolutely.
God.
I am thoroughly and completely impressed. And I listen to a
wow.
lot of music. How did this gem get by me, or all this music of the highest order? How did all this get by me? But I know
Hey.
about it now. That's the good news.
Hey, Duncan, I have a question. When you guys were working on this record, did you have a sense, or when you guys were all looking at each other, did you have a moment where you're looking at each other going, my God, I don't know what we've got going on here, but we have something really good happening right now. Did you guys feel like you were onto something? It just sounds like it to me.
Wow. That's a great question. I don't think we felt that. I mean, it's very exciting for me being with them. You know, they were so
Yeah.
famous, and I was still kind of not starstruck because we'd also had people screaming at us in South Africa. It was just very exciting because they were extremely famous. I mean, we had, there used to be 10 cars outside. You'd be sleeping in a flat in London. There'd be 10 cars of fans outside and 12 o'clock in the morning. And of course, they'd want to get to know me so they can get to the others, you see. But it was a great time, obviously. They were just great people. We laughed. One thing I know about that, we laughed. I always used to joke that a bunch of John Cleese's. Remember John Cleese, Faulty Towers? That's funny. They were all funny. Yeah, they were all very funny, sense of humor guys.
So, since we're of course, there were other 2 more Rollers albums. We could have picked tracks from there too, but
yeah.
But anyway, so there were 2 more records, and then after that, what happened? Why did the band break up? And I don't think these albums really got much of a push here in the United States. I don't remember anything being pushed here as far as the Rollers. But what happened next? Now we'll talk a little bit about your solo career and play a couple of tracks, and then we'll wrap it up. Anyway,
the breakup was really, I don't know, it's another stupid thing. Just like, you're young, it's like, why did Zeppelin break up? I mean, just when you have everything going, I think Woody and myself wanted to live in America and the others wanted to stay in England.
Okay.
That's right. But it was also down to, I think Derek was getting tired. The band, as you know the story, just wasn't getting paid. And that's a big issue, and you've had number ones all around the world. And you go to Eric's house and there's a whole wall full of platinum and gold discs. And they haven't got the money to go to a restaurant. So no, that's not true. One thing the Rollers did was go to restaurants.
They ate well.
I mean, we ate well. We flew well. Everything was first class. We had and the best hotels. So I guess when the money went there. We stayed at the Park here in Los Angeles for 6 weeks in one time. Everybody's having room service all the time, and it was just a really exciting time. In fact, in South Africa, the manager at the time, a famous room 1515. We talked about right in the Landros. The manager was short. I don't know why they got rid of Tam Payton. You're probably familiar with the stories of Tam Payton, but at least he had his, he was focused with, doing things. But anyway, we had Andy Truman, who's also passed now, and I want to say, but anyway, he was a very exciting guy, but we had huge parties in that room, 1515, and Andy was, somehow that went awry, and then we ended up in New York, which was a great period, recording at the House of Music, where Kool and the Gang did all this stuff, and Meatloaf. We got to hang with Meatloaf, and we'd like to joke we had a jacuzzi with Kool and the Gang, and it doesn't get much cooler than that.
No.
Yeah, but nice clean jacuzzi.
Quite the resume.
No, I can remember the studio. No, this is at the studio, and of course the plush studio there, still not jacuzzi, and I remember sitting out there. And looking over New Jersey, as they say. We just had everything. Why did we break up? I don't know, guys. We're flipping stupid. I guess musicians are just, you don't realize what you've got when you're younger.
Yeah, well, it just happens.
Yeah.
You weren't the first band that broke up, so I get it.
I mean, like we mentioned Zeppelin. I mean, why would? Yeah, exactly. You don't know why. The guys get sick of each other. And actually, the Rollers had been to the top. They'd been to the top, and they were getting just too tired to rock. Basically, and I think Woody and I still wanted to jam. We'd be in the basement in New Jersey, playing instruments, and the others, it was it was difficult to get them down. They'd kind of been to the top.
It had its moment. And everybody moved on. That's basically. So anyway, we have so then you started your solo career. We are going to play a couple of tracks.
Yeah. I just had a number one last year in South Africa with something called Where Is the Music, which I recorded about 18 years ago. It's a remake of a song. I went to number one on Radio South Africa. And then
wow,
one of my songs, Nightfall, was number 6 of the year on Radio South Africa for 2024. Nightfall went to number 6 for the year, but we had number 1 last year, I guess, on Which was nice, keeps us going.
Well, let's, why don't we just play Nightfall?
You got Nightfall. Oh,
I'm ready. Nightfall's queued up, Duncan.
Nightfall's queued up and ready to go. Yeah, this was number 6 on Radio South Africa for 2024, so that was a nice surprise,
All right. Well, let's play Nightfall. This was 2010.
Right.
And if you haven't heard it, of course, there's probably a lot of people here that probably have. We're just trying to turn you on to stuff.
Top secret.
Yeah. All right. Here we go. Nightfall 2010. Here we go.
Gotta be in before it's nightfall. Gotta be in before it's dark. Gotta get in before it's sunset. Gotta get in to play a part. Only words can speak through love that runs so deep. Give your love to me now and tomorrow. With every word we've said, with every book we read, before it's nightfall now and tomorrow. Hey you, hey you, hey you. Hey you, yes you, yeah. Gotta be up before the sunrise. Gotta see you to hold your heart. With everything I have to give you. With everything that we can start. Before it's nightfall, I can hear you call when you're loving me again. Before sunrise, can you see my eyes lost inside your dreams again? Hey you, hey you, hey you. Hey you, yes you, it's nightfall, nightfall. Hey you, hey you, hey you. Hey you, it's nightfall, nightfall. Before tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Before tomorrow, tomorrow, tomorrow. Hey you, hey you, hey you. Hey you, hey you, it's nightfall, it's
I just have to take a moment.
Oh,
My God, that
What?
voice.
Wow. And what a
Gee,
testament to your talent, Duncan, that you can connect with an audience in the 1970s. And would you say in 2014 you had another hit with
yeah,
this?
last year we had something with, in
Holy
2019.
cats.
Yeah,
Very-
still going. It's all I can do.
Yeah.
I can't fix a plug, but I can write a song.
Well, very few artists have that kind of reach over decades where you score that high over that course of time. And that's a
Wow.
real testament to your talent.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Unbelievable.
much.
Wow.
Great, great.
I just don't. That was just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, everybody's loving it in the
Wow.
comments. I've never heard
Wow.
it before. You could bet I'm going to be making a few purchases here
Oh, man.
the next day or two for
This is
sure.
what the warehouse is about, kids. So
Oh, man.
it's just us just trying to turn you on to stuff.
Yeah.
And this is fantastic, I think, because we can have this show we're trying to turn you on to stuff that maybe you haven't heard. And the fact that we have the artist here to talk about it for this show, Fantastic. Duncan,
I appreciate it so much.
Blind Sia says, oh, I'm happy for anyone that has never heard that before. I got the anthology and it blew me away immediately.
Oh, that's cool. Who's that? They're costing me money.
Blanca. I don't know. I can't.
Blaine CA or Blaine.
BLAINECA. People are really taken by it. We do have more though. There's another track that we're going to play. Now you did this project with Craig Else.
Yes, Craig Else,
Nexus. Yes. And that's 2025. What is this project? Because this is very current.
Yeah, we did this in Los Angeles. He's a great musician, producer, co-producer, and we admired each other's talent, so to speak. And as I was heading off to Tampa to do the album with the poor guy who passed away, David Holland, and I was talking to Craig and health issues. He said, "Well, come on down, let's do it." And we just got on really great together. We've done 2 albums, one in 23 and 25.
Okay.
And he's just a great musician, great co-partner. We did 2 albums called Nexus, and there's Nexus 1 and obviously on Nexus 2. We each wrote, I write a song and sing, and he writes a song and he sings it, but we played on each other's tracks. So it's that simple, yeah.
Well, I think, what the hell? We have this up, kids, and we are on a roll tonight.
Yeah.
Let's play. We got Crowning of the Queen.
Queen. All right, it's one of the favorites. Yeah.
All right. What do you have? What is it about that? Because when we were talking a little bit, you said this is your current favorite. So what is it about this track that is so special to you? And give us a little bit of insight into this track.
Well, I came back to this track because we done a lot. There was another one, up, down, inside out, and Killer Jane. There's quite a few of these. Crowning of the Queen was just somebody I wrote a song about at the time. And it's just got a happy vibe about it. It's got a really uplifting thing about it. Yeah, I like it. It's very happy. It's very exciting, yeah. Crowning of the Queen.
West Coast Dave's chiming in. He said, quality tunes tonight. Oh, 100%. There is nothing weak in this whole catalog so far. I'm just giddy. All right, let's play this song. We'll circle back around. We'll finish up. We'll talk with Duncan some more. So we'll listen to Crowning of the Queen. This is 2025. So we do want to hear from you in the chat. We want to know what you think. And we're just trying to turn you on to stuff. Here we go, kids.
The empress of my world. Take one look when she's driving in her car. Her chariots can go faster than a shining superstar. And she's got a boyfriend. Some say she's got it made. Some say she's kinda easy anyway. And he's got a girlfriend. Some say he's got it made. Some say he's kinda easy anyway. And all the queen's men casting up their chariots and lifting up again. And book that limousine, she's riding in like a star. Time to fly away, girl, you're gonna go far. And she's got a boyfriend. Some say she's got it made. Some say she's kinda easy anyway. And he's got a girlfriend. Some say he's got it made. Some say he's kinda easy anyway. And big boy and you. She's got a big boy. She's got a big boy too. The crowning of the
boy. As my friend Craig going off on the drums there.
I love it.
The Queen.
Got another comment that said, "Isn't it great how Duncan just gets better? Pretty crazy. Fantastic. You haven't skipped a beat, Duncan."
Oh, you guys, you've been so cool. Wow.
Joe Chewbacca says, "Duncan, you should hook up with Roger Manning and record something." Because when I hear a lot of this stuff, I don't know how familiar you were with the Jellyfish material back in the early 90s, but my God. Jellyfish had to have listened to the Rollers album. They had to have listened to Rabbitt back in the day. Just saying. Roger Manning.
If I can tell you a quick Badfinger story. I was in South Africa in 1983, and I'd never heard 1984, and I never heard that Tom Evans, the second guy in Badfinger, had committed suicide. Because I'd known Pete Ham, the one who sings "No Matter What You Are," and he's one of my favorite songwriters. And Day After Day, that one, and Baby Blue. They lost their money just like the Rollers, and Pete Ham committed suicide in '75. So I didn't know that Tom Evans, the one who sings "Come and Get It," if you want it, here it is, come and get it. He sings, and I didn't know he also committed suicide. So anyway, it's in 1988, a friend of mine who was actually in Spinal Tap, and he's also passed on, David Dewey, he was the keyboard player. He was visiting, and he said, "Did you hear about Tom Evans?" I said, "No, this was in 8." So lo and behold, about 2 weeks later, so I've just found out that they've had 2 suicides. And I don't know, we'll end on this note, but we'll spark it up soon.
Not very uplifting,
but anyway, the phone goes and it's Joey Molland. Do I want to join Badfinger? And I was a spoiled brat because I'd never had a royalty. I'd just been on the Madonna album with a song called 24 Hours on the Who's That Girl album. And I just had 2 huge royalty checks, like something I'd never seen in my life, forget. So, and like a fool, I said no because it felt weird. Again, one of those decisions. Do you want to join? I love them dearly, but do you want to join the band where 2 people have now killed themselves? Maybe not such, Anyway, fast forward to 2010, and a drummer I was working with, Ricky Cos, and he's Cosentino, and he was in Badfinger. They were going to Australia. I said, "Ricky, come on, get a hold of Joey. Oh, get me only in the band." They had their guitarist, and off they went, and they had hell. They never got paid. The guys came back. They had a miserable time working, and it was just a nightmare, and they broke up. But years later, and I saw Joey Molland in 23, September 23, and he called me up on stage. He got a huge hug. He was, he was kind of the third member still in charge, and we were corresponding. And there was some, and I wanted to be in Badfinger again. Are you kidding me? I'd love to. He passed away too, so that ended that. I was wondering why I wasn't, because we were corresponding, and then suddenly nothing. Well, he passed.
Oh my God.
Well, yeah. So it was a possibility, a Badfinger possibility, but wasn't meant to be. Nope. He's gone. Yeah, last year.
Yeah. Musically, it would have been a fit like a glove, I believe. But I think you trusted your gut. You trusted your gut on that, and I think at that time period that was for the better. But musically, you would have fit like a glove, in my opinion.
Oh, and I loved them too. I love Badfinger. Just the whole thing was great. Yeah, well, we end up on something uplifting. Yeah. What have we got? That's good, guys.
Keeping it peppy in the warehouse.
Louder Than Life says he thought it was a good move, Duncan, because Joey's version of that Badfinger would have been beneath you. But who knows? It might have worked, and it could have been incredible. I don't know.
I did feel when I saw his band, he could have used other musicians. At the time, they was 23. No, that's not even 2 years ago now. Yeah. September, 2.5 years ago. I love Badfinger.
Fantastic. Well, a lot of bad luck. But all these bands,
they're all gone now. So and maybe it's a good thing because we're still standing. Jesus, the years go away, roll away.
I can tell you that.
Roll away. Yeah.
But you've had quite a career, I will say that. You've done some fantastic stuff. Hopefully everybody watching that's not familiar with Duncan's work can go out, check out the Rollers, check out some Rabbitt, check out his solo material. And like I said, he's on Bandcamp. I will put the links down below so you can go check that out and give Duncan some love.
Oh, yes. Absolutely. Yeah, one last thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
In 2019, I think it was, I was playing a gig here in Pahrump, and there was a couple that came in one night. They were sitting there quietly, not really doing anything. And about an hour and a half into my set, the guy runs on stage and says, "What are you doing November 19th?" Like a quiz show, like one of these real game show host guys. Oh my God, what is it? November 19th? I don't know, check mode. What is it? I said, "You just won an award." And producers, and it wasn't, it was with Al Bowman. He owns the National Music Awards, the guy. And it was a great honor. I ended up standing next to Mary Wilson. She got an award right next to me. So that was, and the guy, I think they sent him in to kind of judge me. They were looking at me, is he really worth this award? and they were looking at me for about an hour and a half. And eventually I must have got through. And they go, but yeah, I always remember that I ended up next to Mary Wilson, which was obviously a great honor just to be one of the Supremes. I'll never forget. When she got her award, she goes, "We gave those boys from England a run for their money," and they sure did. The Supremes sure did give the Beatles a good run for their money.
Oh yeah.
Maybe all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah, Mary Wilson. I got to hang with her.
What an honor that was.
Yeah, when we knew Elton, my friendship with Elton was just incredible because I must have gone to 50 shows, and I'm not exaggerating because everywhere, he did 7, I'll get tickets to all the shows. And funny Davy Johnson, the guitarist, the blonde guitarist, he says to me when we run into each other, he said, "What are you doing here?" We ran into him everywhere in the world, South Africa, New York, LA, I think Hawaii, no, not Hawaii, where was another country? David, and of course, England many times. Davy Johnson said, "What, we can't." Yeah, it was great. Elton was great. As I said, he got me my green card.
I thought he meant Mary Wilson who did Telephone Man.
What?
Greg said, I thought he meant Mary Wilson who did Telephone Man. A different one.
Now, Mary from the Supremes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, not Telephone Man, Mary Wilson.
Different one. Anyway.
Different one.
Duncan, is there anything you want to say real quick before we wrap this up? It's been an honor for you to come on, and hopefully we turn people on to some stuff.
It's been an honor to be on your show, Grant. Absolutely. I know you said a lot of great things in the past, and that's really cool, man. Wow. I appreciate that. Yeah.
Well, we did that roller show. We did that Bay City roller. We did a roller show is what we did. And then you chimed in on it. And then, I was trying to get Stephen Schnee. Well, Schnee.
Yes, the name through the.
But he had work to do. He couldn't make it tonight, but I'm sure he wishes he could be here. But
he's great too.
He's great. He's fantastic.
I for one am thrilled because I knew of you, but I didn't know this music, and now it's like something that had passed me by. It's a treasure trove of fantastic music dumped in my lap, and I will be searching out some of these, whatever I can get a hold of, because everything I've heard tonight has been top shelf.
Wow,
fantastic. You have much to be proud of. What a career.
Wow, cool. Wow. Very cool, guys.
All right. Cool. Duncan, thanks for doing this. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Grant and DC. Wow.
It's been fun.
Likewise,
Thank you, Duncan.
All right.
You guys are great. Thank you, everybody. All the listeners, God bless you.
Okay, here we go. Greg said, looking forward to checking out some of Duncan's work.
Yep.
Look at this. Stephen Davis at Grant, the best guest thus far. Duncan is such a treasure, and I'll be getting albums. All right.
Oh, my God. That's really cool, guys. Everybody.
All right, cool. All right. Duncan Faure from Rabbitt, The Rollers, Social. solo career, go check it out. Links will be down below. And
Duncan, please
there you
get to
go.
work on another solo album. If you've got 20 gems, 20 tunes in your pocket,
man.
come on. We would love to hear them.
Oh, man, that's great. I'm ready to go. Wow, that's given me an inspiration, guys. Wow.
Do it.
All the best to you.
All right, everybody. The Warehouse, ladies and gentlemen, is on
And to quote-
fire.
quote
The Warehouse
John
is on
Lennon quote.
fire.
A John Lennon quote he wrote to me, love and dreamed wishes, everybody. Love and dreamed wishes.
There
All
you
right,
go.
you can't beat that.
God bless
Duncan
you.
Faure, everybody. We will see you. Please like, subscribe if you haven't. Check out Duncan's links down below. DC, anything you want to say before we're done?
No, I'm thrilled that I've discovered this music all these many years, and it's of such a high variety. How often does that happen in your life when you're an old cat like myself?
Damn it, DC, when you hang out in the
that's
Warehouse,
really
that's what
cool.
happens.
It's magical.
The Warehouse is magic.
What you just said. Wow, you guys. Wow.
All right, Duncan, we'll see you.
All right,
Everybody,
Duncan.
thanks
Take care,
again.
buddy.
We will be
All right,
back.
guys.
Of course, next week we will have another little known band you need to know. I'm not sure who is booked, but someone will be here. I don't know if it'll be as good as Duncan, but we'll try to go on. All right, everybody.
Everybody.
See everybody. Take care. Have a good night.
Bye now, man.